Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharyamadhyamam Asmadacharyaparyantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Bhagavate Vaivasvataya Mrityave Brahma Vidyacharya Nachiketase cha. So we need to resume from your notebook, page 63, line 5, or Gita Press, page 66, second paragraph, line 4. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So let's read from Tam Atmanam, which I think is your line 3. Tam Atmanam. PDF file, page 63. Okay. So you got it?
I'm referring to the Gita Press book.
Page 60. Tamatmanam.
Tamatmanam.
Darshana Shravana Manana.
Darshana Shravana Manana.
Vijnana Lingam.
Vijnana Lingam.
Akratuhu.
Akratuhu.
Akamaha.
Akamaha.
Drishta Adrishta.
Drishta Adrishta.
Bhashya Vishayebhya. Bhashya Vishayebhya.
Bhashya Vishya Ebhya.
So that Gita Press will say Bhashya Vishaya. Both are okay. Uparata Buddhihi.
Uparata Buddhihi.
Ityarthaha.
Ityarthaha.
Yada cha evam.
Yada cha evam.
Tada.
Tada.
Mana adini.
Mana adhini.
Karanani.
Karanani.
Atavaha.
Datavaha.
Sharirasya dharanat.
Sharirasya dharanatya.
Prasidanti.
Prasidhanti.
Iti esham dhatunam.
Iti esham dhatunam.
Prasadat.
Prasadata.
Atmanaha mahimanam.
Atmanaha mahimanam.
Karma nimitta vruddhi kshaya rahitam.
Karma nimitta vriddhi shaya yarihitam.
Pashyati.
Pashyati.
Aham. Ayam aham asmi iti.
Ayam aham asmiti.
Sakshat.
Akshata.
Vijanati.
Vijanati.
Tataha vita shokaha bhavati.
Tataha vit shokaha bhavatihi.
Okay. So we are continuing our study of mantra number 20 in the second Valli of the first Adhyaya of Kathopanishad. And here, Atma is described in an interesting way, saying that Anoho Aniya. Atma is smaller than the small. minuter than the minute. Okay. And Atma is also bigger than the big. That is the literal meaning of that, which is a very interesting way of communicating what Atma is. And what do you get out of that? We know that no object in this world can be described in this manner. Any object has a particular form, particular shape, particular size, every object, including thoughts. Thought is also an object, and thought is perceivable, so it's localized, it's finite. You can say the thought is in my mind, emotion is in my mind, all this we can say. So all those are objects of our perception. Okay? And so you can't say the thought is smaller than the smallest and bigger than the biggest. Not accepted. They're localized. Everything is localized. And something existed before dinosaur was large, existed before, does not exist now. Therefore, it's everything is finite. Okay. So therefore, this definition has to mean something. We were looking at it, and Shankaracharya explained in the previous paragraph. And Atma is all pervasive. Therefore, Prithivyadehe, bigger than the big Prithivyadehe, he said. Like Earth and other things, it's much bigger. Then if you say, no, solar system is bigger than Earth, the solar system Atma, no, bigger than solar system also. So we have to keep putting this definition whenever you stop at some point. And so it basically will turn out to be Atma is all pervasive, Bhato Mahiyan, and Anoho Aniyan also. How come that all pervasive Atma can be smaller than the smallest? We say, well, it is not an object of my perception. Therefore, I can't even take a microscope and begin to look at it because it's not an object. Therefore, Anoho Aniyan. Okay. Okay. So, with that, we also looked at that first line, Tam Atmanam. That Tam Atmanam is the Bhaashyam for the second half of this mantra. Tam Akratuhu Pashyati Vita Shokaha, etc. So we saw that. How do you know Atma is there in this body? Well, it is because this body is inert, really speaking. Exactly like how do you know electricity is flowing up there? That is because the ceiling fan, really speaking, is inert. It just sits like that, doing nothing. But suddenly it starts rotating. Oh, then there is something else that is making this fan rotate. And that inference I make with respect to the ceiling fan, same way he is saying here, Darshana, Shravana, Manana, Vijnana, Lingam. That Atma is indicated by all the activities that the human being does, like darshanam, seeing, hearing, etc. Without Atma, it is not possible. Body itself is inert. Eyes cannot see unless Atma is there. Like that he's saying. Okay. And then suddenly he brings, in order to know this Atma, that person must be an akratuhu, is equal to akamaha. Correct? Akratuhu. We can't figure out you won't find it in the dictionary. And Shankaracharya says akamaha. That person must be an akami. Kamakami. Where do you see the word kamakami? In Gita it comes.
Gita.
Na kama. Okay, na kamakami. So this person who is after all this, running after things, I want this, I want that. That person cannot figure this out. Why? Because that thing that is running after is anatma. If I run after anatma, then automatically Atma is going to be far away from me. Therefore, Akratuhu, it's a requirement. So Adhikaratvam is brought in by Yamadharma Raja. So that Vairagyam is brought in. And he describes Vairagyam as Drishta, Adrishta, Bahya, Vishayebhya, Parata Buddhi. We discussed that last time. Okay. Yada cha evam tada. Yada cha evam tada. Mana adini karanani dhatavaha sharirasya dharanat. Okay. We will leave out the yada cha evam for a while. He's explaining what this dhatu is. Dhatavah. What does it say here? Here he's saying dhatu prasadat. Last quarter of the mantra. Dhatu prasadat. He's explaining to us what dhatu is. He's saying mana adini karanani dhatavaha. Dhatu means our sense organs. Mana adini karana. Dhatu. That is the meaning of dhatu. He's saying, don't think dhatu means some, if you have studied grammar, Sanskrit students will immediately go to dhatu. Okay. So drish, prich, pat, all these dhatus are there. All kinds of dhatus. 2,200 dhatus are there. And so no, not that dhatu. Neither is it this Ayurveda dhatu, Viko Vajradanti dhatu, Jadi Bootiyon se banai gayi, etc. Dhatu and all is there. And those dhatus also, it is not that kind of dhatu. He is explaining mana adini karanani dhatavaha, plural dhatavaha. Dhatuhu dhatu dhatavaha. And why Shankara is explaining why he is saying that. He's saying sharirasya dharanat. Dhatu comes from the root dha. Okay, from the root dha, and dha means to sustain. The word dharti comes from the root dha. Mayi medham, mayi prajam, mayi agnis tejo dadhatu. Tejo dadhatu. Let me have Veda Shakti, let me have brilliance, let me understand the things that are worth understanding. Why? Because that is what will sustain me in my life. Okay? Dhatu. So that dha, which means to support, to sustain, is what we must understand. But then still I don't understand. How come sense organs you are calling dhatu? He says, sarirasya dharana. Because it is my mind and my sense organs that support this body. That supports this body, because this body is useless without proper sense organs, At least the mind has to be. Mana adini starts with mind. Because other sense organs may fail, but at least mind must be there, Because sense organs can fail anytime, or maybe failing anytime. And so mana adini, they are the ones that beautify this body. Otherwise, this body is of no use. No use. And so, dhatu prasadat. Sharirasya dharanat. Sharirasya dharanat. Because these sense organs support the body the way it does in our life, that dhatu is called mana adini. Okay. That is just the definition of dhatu. Now go back to yadacha evam. Yadacha evam means what? Yada, when this is so, when what is so, means you have to go back further. When there is this akratuhu, there is this akami, you have to go back to the Moola Mantra. Anoho aniyan mahato mahiyan atma asya jantoho guhayam nihita. When this is so, and when this akratuhu is there, that person viragi is there, and who is beginning to appreciate this anoho aniyan, then what happens tada? Tada mana adini dhatavaha sharirasya dharanat prasidanti. Dhātavaha prasidanti. These sense organs, what happens to them? They calm down. Prasidanti. They calm down. They calm down because all life long they've been running all over. I want this, I want that. And I will become better if I get this. If my children do this, then I will be better. If not, life will be awful. This is all my idea. And so, but now I have come to a point where I say, there is more than all this. Atavaha prasidanti. And the Sad Upanishad, when we studied, the Sad Dhatu was there. Visharana Gati Avasadanesh. That same Sad Dhatu is there. Prasidanti. Calming down. Because Visharana Gati Avasadana. Avasadana means what? Loosening, dissipating. So these sense organs which are constantly just restless, calming down slowly they're calm down. For whom it has calmed down? For the akratuhu, for the viragi. Because what is the connection between vairagyam and Brahma Vidya? I'm smart. I've graduated in top-notch colleges. I worked in top-notch companies, and I've got a great family. I've got great lineage. My ancestor, my great grandfather was this, great grandmother was this, and now you are telling me I need vairagyam also. Yeah, you need vairagyam. That is important. No other course in this world, no other university, nowhere in the application form, they will ask you, do you have vairagya? Did you study? What are your grades? What are the marks? What awards did you get? That's all they will ask. Only this Brahma Vidya, people like us look for vairagyam. Okay. And so everywhere else you have to be a go-getter. Yahan par, how calm you are, that is what the Shastra is looking for. Okay. So prasidanti. So prasada. We saw the word prasada before. In the Bhagavad Gita, somewhere it comes. Who can guess?
Prasadam adhigacchati.
Prasadam adhigacchati. Ragadveshaviyuktaistu vishayanindriyaischaran atmavashyai vidheyatma prasadam adhigacchati. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasyopajayate prasanna chetaso hyashu buddhif paryavatishthati. Same prasad. Hey prasad. What is the prasadam there? Not the Bhagavan's prasadam, not that prasad. There he says, Ragadvesha Viyukta istu. Again, same akratuhu. When a person is no longer a victim of Raga and Dvesha, then prasidanti. Prasadam adhigacchati. Same thing, prasidanti. Then that person calms down, all the sense organs calm down. Calm down, ready to do Shravana. Tell me now what. Because otherwise, nothing will happen. Like Swamiji says, what will you get out of studying all these Upanishads? You come into the ashram. In the ashram, when we study, right, we spend so many years there sitting. And before coming, your pocket was empty. After finishing the course also, your pocket will be empty only. And after many years after this course also, your pocket will be empty. Therefore, nothing. Iska kya matlab hai? If you ask, then that's the beauty of the Shastram. And so, and then prasade sarva dukkhanam ani. That is the matlab. Then what happens if prasade sati, when my sense organs are all calmed down, then shravana, mananam, etc. will happen. Then sarva dukkhana hanihi. Hanihi. Removal, destruction of all sorrow. That is what the Shastra promises. Okay. Anyway, that is the prasidanti. Okay. Iti esham dhatuna prasadat atmanaha mahimanam pashyati. That is the moolam. Pashyati, right? Dhatu prasadat. Dhatu prasadat means when this dhatu, when this indriyana upashamane, shamanam means calming down. Prasadat, when the sense organs calm down, then what happens? Atmanaha mahimanam pashyati. Okay, that is a moolam. Atmanaha mahimanam pashyati. The greatness of Atma. Well, is it greatness? Let's see what Shankaracharya says. Karma nimitta vriddhi kshaya rahitam pashyati. Mahimanam means what? Shankaracharya is saying, Atmanaha, of Atma, and this person sees pashyati. And what does he see? What does he understand about Atma? Seeing here is what? He's going to explain that later. Let's look at this Mahimanam. Okay? karma nimitta vriddhi kshaya rahitam. This Atma, which is free of rahitam, free of what? Vriddhi and kshaya. This up and down. Vriddhi means growth. Kshaya means decline, degradation, okay, deterioration, okay. All those things are not possible. Karma nimitta, because I know when I do go to the gym and keep doing this, at least for a half an hour, 1 hour, I know my body does feel better. My health is improving. Or when I say, I know it's been vacation and this and that, we've been traveling and all that, I put on 10 pounds, they say, okay. This put on 10 pounds, anyway, they say that. And so vriddhi. Or that is that another type of vriddhi is, well, my business has been running well and we've been making profits over the last, after COVID, we've been making profit. Okay. And so vriddhi only it is. People what? Vriddhi. In our Sankalpa, what do we say? Amopata, Samasta, Virutakshayadvara, Shri Parameshwara Prityartham, etc. Then Ayur Arogya Abhivruddhyartham. Let the Ayu be long. Life, let the lifespan be complete. Long means complete, as long as a human being can live. Let's say 80, 90, 100 years. And then that is not useful if all day, every day I'm just screaming with pain, arthritis pain. No, Arogya. Ayu and accompanied by Arogya means health. Okay. So Vriddhi. Okay, that is Vriddhi. So he's saying Karma Nimitta. This Vriddhi and Shaya that I'm used to, which is caused by karma, action, which only a human being can do, capable of doing, right? Karma nimitta. So that thing that I'm used to, the vriddhi and kshaya, okay, rahitam, tasya rahitam. Such a thing is not possible for Atma. This viragi, who is a viveki also, okay. Viveki, where does that Viveka idea, where the Yama mentioned? Asya jantoho nihitaha guhayam. Atma is there in the mind, in the cave of the mind and all we talked about. What is the meaning of that? Hey, you have to recognize Atma by the mind. From the literal meaning of that phrase, you have to go to the implied meaning, which is that person has viveka. Person is a viveki. Person knows this Atma and Anatma. They're two different beasts altogether. This different beast. Atma is a different beast. Okay. How many of you are familiar with that word, beast? The different beast, yeah. So that kind of Atma, pashyati, that person comes to appreciate, understand, and look at this. And that means what? Shankaracharya is helping us understand what exactly he sees. I am aham asmi iti. Sakshat vijanati. Pashyati means vijanati. Correct? Janati would have been enough. Janati means to know. Janati, Sanskrit students know Janati, Jnadatu. Janati, Janitaha, Jananti, Janasi, etc. So Janati is enough. He says Vijanati. Visheshena Janati. I told you the example of the professor who was living right here. Sanskrit. He is an expert in Sanskrit. He retired as a professor in a local university. And he used to, somehow he used to talk to me all the time, come back and come and tell. He was constantly talking. He never really allowed me to say anything. And neither did I want to say anything also. And he was telling, and he was quoting Upanishad mantras left and right. I began to get an inferiority complex. What is this? I'm teaching here in this complex. And this man is quoting so much. He should be teaching, not me. I think something is wrong. And he's going on and on. Then I understood one thing. He knows all the mantras. Janati, kintu na vijanati. Na vijanati. He doesn't really know. I mean, I'm not judging anybody. No way. No, we are not supposed to judge. But that's the situation. That is how it is. He's a professor. Now, professor, nothing wrong with being a professor. Okay, it's a noble job. But he's on a track. He's talking about all this mantra, that mantra, and all. But he doesn't really understand what Atma is. Atmanam na janati, but mantrani janati. He knows all the mantras. He knows the meaning of the words also, but he really doesn't know Atma. Like our Narada. Mantra videvasmi natu atmavit. What a statement that is. Narada is telling Sanat Kumara, I know everything. I know all the 4 Vedas. Finally, he lists everything he knows and he says, Mantra videvasmi. I am only a mantravid. I am only a knower of all the mantras. I can tell the mantras from back to front and front to back. Natu atmavit. I don't know what Atma is. So what's the problem if you don't know what Atma is? Tarati shokam atmavit. Narada. Only an Atmavit crosses over sorrow. Only Atmavit can find a solution to this sorrow. Like that, Narada himself says. Okay. And so here, Vijanati, that one prefix V, Visheshena Janati. And further, Aham, so I am Aham Asmi Iti, Sakshat Vijanati. I am means this. What is this? That Atma, which is the topic of this whole discussion, Mahimanam, Atmanaha Mahimanam, etc. So I am Atma, within brackets you can add. I am Atma, Aham Asmi. Hey, this Atma which is Anoho, Aniyan, Mahato, Madhyan, all pervasive, etc. It is not some theoretical entity like black hole and things like that which you speculate on. This is not a topic of speculation. Aham Asmi iti. Aham is not a topic of speculation. Do you exist or do you not exist? I will check with my doctor. I'll check with my doctor. What doctor you're going to check? You can check about your health, body's health, the doctor can check. But whether I exist or not, etc., you don't have to ask anybody. And then some Swamiji will joke. Married people, you'll have to check. I will check with my spouse, I'll check with my spouse and let you know whether I exist or not. Okay, because she may have a problem with that, or he may have a problem. So no, you don't have to check with anybody. You can proudly say, yes, I exist. Clearly, confidently. This one question we can answer very clearly. Therefore, I am aham asmi iti sakshat vijana. Get these words. These words are all, we can't just gloss over all these things. Glossing over means what? Simply translate all these words. This is where Vedanta is sitting in these words. Sakshat. They talk about sakshatkaram, right? In Sanskrit, sakshatkar is there. And so, I don't know how deep I should go into.
This is Guruji, this is aparoksha.
Yeah. So, sakshatkar. So, akshna saha atati iti sakshat. Means what? Akshan means eye, netra, eyes. Okay. Atati appears to go, etc. That which appears to you exactly like things appear to you which are in front of your eyes. Okay. Something is there in front of your eyes. Okay, this is a clock. What is this if I ask? Everybody has to agree that this is a clock, of course. It's there in my hands. I'm holding it. You have to say. So just as these things are so clear to me, so evident to me, here, Atma also has to be so clear to me. I can't say the Upanishad talks about Atma, etc. That Atma, you can't say anymore. This Atma only, which I now understand very clearly. That is the way to say it. Or the other word we know is aparokshataya janati. Paroksham. For a while, Atma is paroksham because Shastram is talking and I'm still appreciating what it is. I'm trying to understand what is the topic. And slowly my understanding improves. So initially my knowledge is paroksha jnanam of Atma. Oh, so much is there about Atma. Na jayate, mriyate, etc. Then as I continue to do Shravanam, what happens is, dawns on me that this whole thing is talking about me. I am aham Atma. I am Atma. Aham asmi iti. Sakshat janat. Not as an object. Not as another object in this world. I studied so many things. I've got my resume is running into 10 pages. None of those. And then I can add one more to that. No, it is not one more. Sarvam Atma iti janati. Sakshat janati. Aparokshataya janati. Ataha vijanati. Okay. Then after knowing this, what is the use of all these things? Phalam is said next. Tataha vita shokaha bhavati. Tataha, having come this far, then vita shokaha bhavati. No longer I am there, God is there, and this world is there, large world that I have to protect myself against. I am a victim of this world, so I have to constantly defend myself. Defensive posture is there all the time. No, it's not like that. Hey, sarvam kalvidam brahma. Everything is me alone. So there's nothing to, you take care of the body the way you take care of your body. But then I am not panicking when things happen, things that I don't like happen, because that's what body will go through. That is the process. It's going through the natural process. Yatha karma, yatha shrutam. Yatha karma means as karma has to unfold, things will unfold. So let it unfold. I will not fight karma. I don't have to fight karma because karma is Ishvara. There's no way I can fight Ishvara. It's not possible. It's not needed also. Okay. Therefore, Vita Shokaha Bhakti. Shokaha Vigataha Yasmatsaha. One from whom Shoka has gone away. Shoka has gone away. Sarva Dharman Parityajya. Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja. Okay. Yes, sir.
सर्वपापेभ्यः मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः
सर्वपापेभ्यः मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः shoka. Ma shucha. Therefore, there's nothing to grieve. Bhagavad Gita. Krishna concludes the 18th chapter in that manner. That's called Charama Shloka for us. And so, Tataha Vita Shokaha Bhavati. That person becomes one who is free of sorrow. That is the conclusion of the Bhaashyam. So what did we learn in this whole Bhaashyam over the last two sessions? Okay, first, Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan is an interesting way of bringing this idea of Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. Brahma Satyam. Atma is Satyam. Brahma is Satyam. And Brahma is all pervasive. Everything. Sarvagatam. So Sarvatma Bhavaha. Sarvatma Bhavaha means there are not multiple, many Atmas. All Atmas are one. And that one Atma is Anoho Aniyan Mahato Mahiyan. And therefore Sarvatma Bhavaha is there. Okay. Which is same as saying Brahma Satyam. Jagat is there. What about this entire Jagat? Yeah, Jagat is there. Jagat also is Brahma only. But when I look at Jagat as an object, then that is Mithya. That is Mithya. Okay, in our Bhagavad Gita, we are studying the 11th chapter, Vishwarupa Darshan. That Vishwarupa Darshanam is also there here. Anoho, Aniyan, Mahato, Mahiya. Then what else? Then Nihito Guhaya. Atma has to be cognized in this manner. Atma will not suddenly come into me when I sit under a tree and meditate. Atma will come and visit me. No, Atma cannot visit anybody because Atma already is. And so, therefore, using that mind, I understand what Atma is. So what is the purpose of meditation? The purpose of meditation is to meditate on the fact that I do not need to meditate to understand Atma. What is the purpose of meditation? The purpose of meditation is to meditate on the fact that understanding Atma does not require any meditation. Until then, I keep on meditating. Until I realize that, my goodness, you are there everywhere. Okay? So, then, next, third point is what? Akratuhu, akamaha. Who is the one who comes to know this? Akratuhu, akamaha. One who is not a victim of ragadvesha. And finally, what is the phalam, benefit? Vita shokaha. Vita shokaha. So, that person becomes free of sorrow. Phalam, jnanam, jnana phalam, and adhikaritvam in the form of vairagyam was also mentioned. And dhatu prasadat is there. Dhatu prasadat. That is shama. Shamadamadi in the adhikaritvam, right? Vivekam, vairagyam, shamadamadi, shatka sampatihi is indicated by the word dhatu prasada. Okay. Now let's look at the Anvaya. Atma anoho aniyan mahato mahiyan cha bhavati. Atma within brackets anoho aniyan mahato mahiyan within brackets cha bhavati. Atma and cha bhavati supplied. Same order of the words as in the Moolam. Next sentence. Atma asya jantoho guhayam. Next sentence, right? Atma asya jantoho guhayam. Within brackets, hridaye nihitaha. Nihitaha. Within brackets, sthitaha bhavati. Full stop. We repeat that. Atma asya jantoho guhayam hridaye nihitaha sthitaha bhavati. I write it like that, I'm able to follow what that sentence tells. Anybody had a question there? Yeah, Himaji, you're unmuted. Okay. Then, next sentence. I am akratuhu. I am in brackets. I am akratuhu. Within brackets, akamaha, because I don't know what akratuhu means. Akamaha. I am akratuhu is equal to akamaha. Dhatu prasadat. Dhatu prasadat. Tam atmanaha mahimanam. Tam atmanaha mahimanam. All are words in the Moolam. Pashyati. So I am akrituhu akamaha dhatu prasadat tam atmanaha mahimanam pashyati. Within brackets I have written sakshat vijanati.
Vita shokaha.
And then tataha vita shokaha cha bhavati. Shankaracharya's words. The cha, even though it is not there near Vitashoka, it is there elsewhere in the Bhaashyam. So cha is a good choice. Tataha Vitashokaha. Cha bhavati or just bhavati also is enough. Let me read the whole thing again. Atma anoho aniyan mahato mahiyan cha bhavati. Full stop. Atma asya jantoho guhayam hridaye nihitaha sthitaha bhavati. Full stop. Ayam akratuhu akamaha dhatu prasadat tam atmanaha mahimanam pashyati sakshat vijanati. Tataha. You want to add this other word. Vitashoka bhavati. But who Vitashoka bhavati? Ayam akratuhu. Tataha ayam akratuhu Vitashokaha bhavati. Tataha ayam akratuhu within bracket. Tataha ayam akratuhu Vitashokaha.
Guruji, after Sakshat, what did you say, please?
Vijanati. Both words appear in the Bhaashyam. Okay, let's read the next one. Anyatha
Anyatha
Durvigneyaha
Durvigneyaha
Ayamatma
Ayamatma
Kamibhihi
Kamibhihi
Prakrita Purushaihi
Prakrita Purushaihi
Yasmat
Yasmat
Asino Duram Vrajati
Asino Duram Vrajati
Ayano Yati Sarvataha
Shayano Yati Sarvataha
Kastam Madamadam Devam
Kastam Madamadam Devam
Madanyo Jnatum Arhati
Madanyo Jnatumarhati
Asino Duram Vrajati
Asino Duram Vrajati
Ayano Yati Sarvataha
Shayano Yati Sarvataha
Kastam Madamadam Devam
Kastam Madamadam Devam
Madanyo Jnatum Arhati.
Madanyo Jnatumarhati.
Yeah. Some of you, it appears that you're not chanting, but this is a good time to chant, repeat, because that repetition helps. So it sticks to us. When we repeat somebody saying something in the Shastra, it sticks to us. He's introducing the next mantra by saying Anyatha. Anyatha means we know what it means. Otherwise means what? This Akratuhu was brought in quietly. Yamadharmaraja said Akratuhu. And Yama also told Nachiketa, "Hi, you are an Akami, you are an Akratuhu." Because already that happened, Shobhava, Yadanta Kaitat, etc. That happened, that dialogue happened. So that Nachiketa proved himself that I am a Viragi. He said that. So Anyatha, what happens if the person is not a Viragi? Then what happens? This Durvigneyaha ayam Atma. Ayam Atma. This Atma is Durvigneyaha. It is not going to be easily comprehended, easily understood. It will be very difficult to grasp. The idea that Atma is na jayate, priyate va vipaschit. Okay. And antavanta ime dehaha. Okay, all these words from the Bhagavad Gita and so forth, it's going to be difficult to grasp. Okay? That is what he's saying. And why it's going to be difficult to grasp? We're going to say that later. It has opposite attributes. Okay? Atma has opposite attributes, seemingly contradictory attributes. Okay? Atma is sukham, happy, happiness. But Atma is dukkham also. Because why? Because I am sukhi sometimes and dukhi sometimes. Opposite attributes. Atma is alive, then Atma is dead after some time. So this is our experience. We can only go by our experience. So that's the nature of Atma. Like my other experience. Sun is rising, sun is moving, constantly moving. Sun is rotating, moving, moving. It is doing pradakshinam of all of us. It is doing pradakshinam. Sun is moving. So you have a sun that is moving. Then somebody else, a teacher comes and says sun does not move. So therefore there is a sun that does not move also. And there is a sun that moves. Which one is correct? Opposite attributes, contradictory attributes. And Atma is in this category. Because Atma is in this category, which seems to have opposite attributes, okay, like Atma is surviving, Atma is dying. What is true? Atma is subject to death. Is it true or not? There is an Atma that is dying. Jiva is dying off. But then, and Jiva is moving to another body. Atma is moving. There's a moving Atma is there. Then there is unmoving Atma, Shastram is talking about. Ganta Atma, Aganta. Like this kind of contradictions are going to be there. Okay. Therefore, with this kind of a problem, okay, and this being the case, how? It's obviously difficult to understand. Already things which are not contradictory, things that are very obvious, that itself is a bit difficult. And ask him to go. I'm tired today, I've been cooking all month. Why don't you cook for a change? You tell that man. And why don't you make a little, okay, don't make sambar, rasam and all these things. Just make one rasam is enough. And some sabji you make. Then what sabji? Open the refrigerator, you'll find a lot of stuff. You choose something. Oh, I can choose like that? Yeah, choose. Then how do I cut? How do I cut? Oh, how do I cut? No, he's not talking about cooking. How do I cut vegetables? He wants to know. So now where do you start? And then finally she says, this is life, my karma. This is my karma, she says. And so, and for these things itself, there is such a problem. And now with Atma having these kinds of contradictory attributes, apparently, how is one going to know? Anyatha, therefore, otherwise, that if the person is not an akratu, if a person is not a viveki, person should already know that Atma is there, which is very different from Anatma. Something must be there that says, yeah, there has to be something different. And that viveka buddhi has to be there. Otherwise, anyatha, durvyajneyaha ayam Atma. This Atma is going to be difficult to grasp. By whom? Kamibihi. Kamibihi. Kamina. Singular, Kamibihi, plural, by all the Kamis, people who are always looking for the next good restaurant to go for. Nothing wrong in going for a good restaurant. Please don't get me wrong. Okay? And we can always go for a good restaurant. But this life itself is revolving around restaurants. Then we have a problem. That person is a Kami. And also, Shankaracharya says, what Kamibihi means what? Prakrita Purushai. Prakrita Purusha is another technical word in our Shastra. Prakrita means unrefined, just raw instincts. I will do whatever I want. I will eat whatever I want, whenever I want. This is called Prakrita Purusha. I will say whatever I want that comes to my mind. I will not think about Purva Para and all. I won't think, hey, you will be hurting all kinds of people if you say that. Quietly go inside and tell them. Why I should do that? Am I not speaking the truth? You asked me to speak the truth. Yeah, I asked you to speak the truth, but everywhere you should not speak the truth. You have to decide when, where, to whom, everything you have to decide. And so, that's too complicated. Yeah, correct. That's what it is. Prakrita Purushaha. Okay. For a person for whom all these things are complicated, okay, that person is called Prakrita Purusha. By such people, Atma Durvigneya. Atma is difficult to understand. Yasmat, because that is introduction Shankaracharya is giving to this mantra. Let's look at the gist of this. Asino duram brajati, shayano yati sarvataha. Here, the example is given. Asinaha, a person who is awake. Person is awake. Okay. Atma is there. Atma is in the form of a waking person. And what happens? This waking person, okay, suddenly they say, Duram Rajati. Asinaha Duram Rajati. Atma is there in this body, but then the mind is going all over, because in the class, the Atma is just very much there in this class. Then some example was given, and then the person went off to, oh, I remember this mantra, my father was studying, my parents were attending classes of Chinmayanandaji and Dayanandaji, and suddenly mind went there to the childhood, Yeah, they used to say, wait, we are going to the ashram, Swamiji has come. I never went with them. And then from there, the mind goes, oh, those days I was studying in that school. Oh, my classmates. Oh my God, it's been such a long time since I called Gita and Vikram and all this. Mind is going all over. But where is the mind? Right here. Right here in this class, staring at the computer, at least supposed to be staring at the computer. And the staring has become literal staring. And Guruji is telling something, mind has gone off to childhood, those days. And planning for next, what should I do next? Oh, I think I should call Gita tonight. Okay. Asinaha duram brajati. Shayano yati sarvataha. Shayano yati sarvataha. So dream also. Asinaha duram brajati, dream also. Same thing happens. Dream. I go all over the world. Ticketless travel means best example is dream. Dream. To travel all over, free of cost. Why should we go anywhere? Why should we pay money at all to anybody to go anywhere? Please tell me. Every night I can go wherever I. Okay. Therefore, Shayano. Therefore, Asinaha duram brajati. Then Shayanaha, sleep. Sleep. Yati sarvataha. In deep sleep, Duram Rajati, Asinaha Duram Rajati. It goes various places. But in deep sleep, what happens? I don't go anywhere. And therefore, I feel that I am everywhere. Atma is all pervasive now. Why? Because it's really not moving anywhere. It is there. Fullness is there. In deep sleep, full. I am full and complete. I am full and complete. There is no idea of localization. There is no idea of finiteness at all. That's why I love deep sleep. Infinite. I'm not aware of anything. Zero awareness. Okay. I'm just aware that even the awareness that I'm sleeping is not there. When I wake up, I say, I slept well. Therefore, Shayanaha Yati Sarvata. Everywhere, all pervasive. Okay, that deep sleeper. Okay. Now, Tam Madamadam Deva Madanyaha Jnatum Arhati. That Deva, here Deva means Atma. Atma, Deva is Atma, self-effulgent Atma. Hey, that Atma, which is Madamadam. Madam means joyful, happiness. That happy Atma and Amadam. Dukhi Atma. Atma is Sukhi, Atma is Dukhi also, And so this kind of Atma with opposite attributes, Shankara is going to say, Viruddha Dharmavan Atma. This self which has opposite attributes, like this going everywhere and not going everywhere, like being all pervasive, not being all pervasive, etc. That Atma, kaha jnatum arhati? Who is going to understand this Atma? Which has all kinds of funny attributes. On top of that, all kinds of philosophies are floating around. And no two philosophies agree on anything. There's always some disagreement. And so you better say, I think I better go back to my programming or nutrition. I like nutrition. I'll be an advisor. At least periodically I can consult with all these top-notch multi-specialties hospitals. And these patients who are admitted, nutritionists, it's a good job. I wish I did nutrition, because they come and they tell you, they come with a piece of paper, then didn't you, they come at the right time. They won't come initially. When the doctor is coming and they're talking about liver problem, this problem, they won't come at that time. When everything, after 3, 4, 5 days, when things settle down, suddenly somebody will enter with the pad. Then okay, the next series of doctors that come, and then you realize the main doctors start making money. So they have to make money through other doctors, So I think, this is a nice job to have. Simply go from room to room and say what kind of food they should eat. Okay? And then they say,
Anvaya people also come in between.
Oh my goodness, Anvaya has come into this business. Okay. So that like that. Okay. And so this kind of stuff, I'd rather go back there, This Atma thing is just too complicated, Therefore, he says, Yama himself says, complicated. Okay? Mada Madam Devam. Who can understand this? Except me. Madanyaha. Literal meaning of Madanya is except me. And Shankaracharya is going to change this Madanyaha to Asmadanyaha, because if he says except me, Nachiketa might say, then why am I standing here in front of you? Only you can understand and I can't understand. Let's say Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate, and let's move on. And therefore, to avoid that problem, Shankaracharya is going to change the meaning of the word Madanyaha to Asmadanyaha, which means who other than us. And us means adhikaris, not just Yama and Nachiketa. Okay? So that's the gist of this mantra, which connects the previous mantra to, which is a continuation, which tells us the importance of that akratu, importance of viveka, that it tells. Yeah. All right. So let's read the Bhaashyam. We have a few minutes left.
Kumarji, this Madanyaha is except me. Madam?
That mad is happiness, joy.
Okay.
Anandaha and ananandaha. Okay. Sukham and asukam. This Atma who seems to have sukham, and the other Atma which does not have any sukham in it. Who's an attribute? I'm happy, I'm sad. That kind of Atma. That kind of I. Okay. Opposite attributes.
Asinaha means seated also. Asinaha.
Asinaha. We'll see that. Bhaashyam is going to come, right? Let's look at the Bhaashyam. I'll explain that more. Okay. Asinaha.
Asinaha.
Avasthitaha achalaha eva san.
Avasthitaha achalaha eva sam.
Duram vrajati.
Duram prajati.
Shayanaha yati sarvataha.
Dayanaha datu sarvatata.
Shayanaha yati sarvataha. You're not looking at a book, are you?
No, I'm just listening. No.
You're doing Shravanam. We have to do Shravanam. So she's 100% Shravanam she's doing. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Shayanaha yati sarvataha.
Shayanaha dhyati sarvataha.
Okay, that is there in the Moolam. Evam.
Yevan.
Ilama, evam. You need to look at the book and repeat.
Yevam.
Otherwise, the audio may not work out. You know, if there's some issues with audio, then the repetition will be wrong. So, do you have a book in front of you,
Yes, yeah.
or at least a PDF file?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so take a look at that. Evam.
Yevam.
Asau Atma.
Aso Atma.
Devaha.
Devaha.
Madaha.
Madaha.
Samadaha amadascha.
Tamadaha amadascha.
Saharshaha.
Saha arshaha.
Aharshascha.
Aha arsacha.
Viruddha dharmavan.
Viruddha dharmaha.
Dharmavan.
Dharmavan.
Okay, stop with that. So, asinaha. Shankaracharya is explaining. Avasthitaha achalaha eva san. Duram vrajati. Asinaha duram vrajati. So, asinaha means what? Avasthitaha achalaha eva san. Avasthitaha. Sthitaha. Stationed. Well positioned. Means what? Achalaha. Unmoving. It is stable. It's steady. It stays put. Okay, that is asinaha, staying put. Okay, and unmoving, sitting. Sometimes sitting also can be. Say that. Okay, as. So that is the meaning of the word as. There, as that. As that. Aste, asate, asate. Suppose I say aste. Some of you should be able to recollect a mantra. Aste. Okay. Karmendriyani samyamya ya aste manasa smaran atmavashyai vidheyatma. Okay. Indriyarthan vimudhatma vithyacharasa uchyate. Like that it comes. Okay. Third chapter. Karmendriyani samyamya ya aste. One who is seated, one who is Karmendriyani samyamya. One who's mastered, who's a master of one's indriya, sense organs of action and organs of senses. Okay, that person, like that, described there. Yeah, aste. That same asdatu, asinaha. Here, okay. Okay. Being unmoving, being achalaha, what happens? Duram prajati iva. Subject is not mentioned. We have to add within brackets Atma. Atma duram prajati iva. Iva also can be added. Iva. Atma duram prajati. Atma goes far. Goes far. Okay? Like I explained earlier. Okay. Here asinaha means here in waking state and dream state, both states. Atma goes far away because thoughts are wandering all over. Therefore, duram prajati. Atma is gone.
Guruji, is he talking about sorry, Guruji. Quick question. Is he talking about mind or Atma here, Guruji?
No, he's talking about, see, I'll explain. So, just like the sun is moving, if I say, what happened? The properties of the earth I am projecting on the sun. Like what property of the earth? The moving, which is a property of the earth, the motion, which is a property of the धरती, पृथ्वी का जो गुण है, उस गुण को हमने सूर्य में अध्यारोप किया. I have projected the property of earth on the sun. So what is being talked about, mind or Atma? If you say mind or Atma, hey, the mind is of course moving all over, but then I project the attribute of motion of the mind on Atma. Correct? Duram Rajat. Talking about Atma, subject is Atma. I project the attribute. So I project the attributes of the mind on Atma. Okay? That is what is being said. Duram Rajati. Therefore, within brackets, we say Iva, as it were. And Shankaracharya is going to use the word Iva elsewhere. Okay? Will come. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. And so here we can put it within brackets. Iva means what? As if moving. As Atma is as if Duram Rajati, going far away. I went to my native place. I saw a movie, and you know what? It took me to a different place. Yeah, movie can take you to a different place. Oh, movie is a means of transportation also? I didn't know that. Okay? And so, that is what is being mentioned here. Yati sarvataha. Okay, shayano yati sarvataha. Shayanaha. Okay, shayanaha. Shankara doesn't explain much at all here. He's going to explain later. Later, he realizes that, I should have explained this word, like these 2-3 words. And so he explains later. And so there, Shayanaha is going to mention. So, sleeping, deep sleep, Yati Sarvata. Atma is all pervasive, as it were. Because by automatically, because Atma is not moving anywhere, it is unmoving, but it is not localized even, because I'm not aware of the localization, and therefore, sarvataha yati iva. Okay, here also you can put within brackets, iva. Okay, then, evam asau atma devaha madamadaha samadaha amadascha saharshaha aharshaha cha viruddha dharmama. Evam. Evam means in this manner. In this manner, asau atma. Asau is not yeshaha. Yeshaha atma. This atma that we've been talking about over the last few mantras, and this atma that you asked me about, hey Nachiketa, asau atma viruddha dharmama. Dharmavan. You know what? When you see the word van and man, etc., you know what it means. It means the Bhagavan, Bhagaha asya asti iti Bhagavan, Balavan, Balaha asya asti iti Balavan. Therefore, Viruddha Dharmaha asya asti iti Viruddha Dharmavan. The one that has contradictory attributes is called Viruddha Dharmavan. And who is that which has contradictory attributes? Atma. Asau Atma Viruddha Dharmavan. Why Atma is Viruddha Dharmavan? Okay, Atma is equal to Devaha. Okay, he's saying that Devaha in the Moola Mantram, which he's going to talk about later, which he's using here, is Atma. That Deva, Atma is also referred to as Deva because self-effulgent, Div Dhatu, Div Dyotanatmakam. And so, self-effulgent, shining by itself, that Atma is having contradictory attributes. Tell me a little more. Yeah, Madaha is equal to Samadaha Amadascha. Samadaha with happiness and Amadaha without happiness. Okay, two opposite, very important opposite attributes, and which also is same as Saharshaha Aharshaha cha. Elation, depression. These are the opposite attributes that I'm most concerned about. Okay? And therefore, that kind of Atma, which is Viruddha Dharmavan, Iva, you can add the word Iva there if you want at the end. As it were, Iva means what? As it were, Yeah. Then he's going to continue from the second half. Kastam madamadam devam madanyaha jnatum arhati. And as he will explain further. So we'll continue that in the next class. And so what is the connection with the previous shloka? The importance of being a viveki and a vairagi is mentioned here because of Atma being opposite, as though having opposite attributes. In Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, Ya Nisha Sarva Bhutana Tasyam Jagati Samyami Yasyam Jagrati Bhutani Sa Pashyato Munehe Sa Nisha Pashyato Mune. So that in which the people see night, Nisha, the Jnani sees daylight. And that which people call day, Jnani says, no, it's night. What is this? This funny shloka it is. And it is already, I'm confused. Now you're confusing me even more. Yeah, that's the way it is. Because a Jnani always sees things differently. And so like this, karmanya karma yah pashyet, akarmani cha karma yaha. Sa buddhiman manusheshu. Who is a buddhiman? Karmani akarma yah pashyet. One who sees actionlessness in action. How much time we spend studying this mantra. And akarmani cha karma yaha. And in actionlessness, one who sees action. That person is a buddhiman, like that we saw. Therefore, opposite attributes of what? Karma, kartritvam and akartritvam. Both are there in our experience. Therefore, durvijnyaha kaha tam madamadam devam madanyaha jnatum arhati. We'll continue this. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
ధన్యవాదాలు.